Next we take a quick look at Bayonetta. So I mean, we've already seen Dante's Inferno, God of War 3 is around the corner, and here's Bayonetta. I believe Sega is bringing this to the PS3 and Capcom maybe behind it on the 360. Looks alright again. I mean, to use the word stylized, the cliche again. I'm not so sure I was that keen on the art style here, to be honest. Lots of butterflies flapping around and things when you're jumping around. Here's a cutscene of Bayonetta. Hot babe. Yep, sure thing. Not that interesting a cutscene, to be fair. Not quite so sure why I filmed it, but I suppose it gives you an idea of what the game looks like. There she is, look. Check that out. Grrr. And that was a terrible growl, but anyway. Yeah, lusty teenage boys will no doubt pick this up. But see, things like that annoyed me. As soon as I started seeing all this flappy fabric and wings and butterflies at your feet as you land, I just thought, it's a bit busy and it's just not my style. So, yeah, if this is your thing, check it out. Go find the trailers for it. But for me, it just didn't grab me. Big boss there, look, I think this guy's about to get killed. This looks quite interesting. I quite appreciated the way that a lot of these games have massive bosses. Guy should have jumped off the bridge there, but there's some awesome focus for you. Might have to cut that out. So yeah, that was the end of Bayonetta. And we are about to jump to another game. Drum roll please. Split Second. Now this guy wasn't so hot playing Split Second and he didn't demo it all that well. However, Burnsy again pointed me to this. I had not heard of it. Just shows what an ignoramus I am. But this essentially looks like Burnout, but with special events basically. The UK based studio BlackRock, owned by Disney, are bringing this to the PS3, the 360 due in 2010 and the PC. Set within the world of hyper-competitive reality, reading this from the web, reality television show, reading this from their website. Split Second is an intense racing game where speed meets strategy. In a city rigged for destruction, competitors trigger explosive events that drastically alter the dynamics of the race, and it comes down to split-second timing for every player as they race to be the first across the finishing line. Now, watching this and having played it, it is obviously very familiar looking and very similar looking to Burnout. You don't quite do the takedowns in the same way, but you do when you trigger your events. You know, you're essentially blowing up your opponent. So you press A there, for example, and something was meant to collapse, or this tower might fall down, and so indeed it does on the last lap of this race. There are helicopters to bring down. Don't quite know how a car on the ground does that, but anyway, this guy's weak, though he crashed. Yeah, me and Burnsy both got our hands on this. We each had a go. I mean, I guess this is quite an early lap, or an early race, because we both finished quite competently. Me and Burnsy both finished first. Dominic finished. No, we finished second. Dominic finished first. It was pointed out to me that the hood was quite interesting, the way it's attached to the bottom of the car there. Not quite exactly sure what the hood was doing, though. I couldn't seem to figure out any sort of power buttons in terms of using boosts or anything, but then, you know, I wasn't strictly looking. So here's Mass Effect 2. Dum dum dum. Big black screen. Yeah, we weren't impressed with that. Basically, it wasn't there for half the day. We went back later but didn't see much of it. Now this was a game Burnsy pointed me to check out. To be honest, I wish I hadn't bothered wasting my video footage. This is Red Steel 2. Didn't really ever played Red Steel. It got such a panning in the press that it was just weak. This is meant to be slightly better, but this video footage really doesn't do it any justice if it is. I mean, here the guy is just running around shooting hinges on doors, and it's like, yeah, great. Looks rather boring. He shoots the hinges off one door, comes into another fairly bland looking room, and shoots the hinges off some more doors, and that was quite dull. So the guy next to him was at least doing something action orientated. And Burnsy did insist that he saw some quite cool car chase sequence, but I didn't see it, so I don't believe him. I'm just going on what I found. So yeah, that, as I say, this bit looked pretty dull. I got fed up watching him, so I hop across in a second, where the guy next to me started flapping around and it looked like he was doing something slightly more interesting. Turned out he wasn't really doing that much more interesting, but we'll see in a second. It looks, again, that sort of Zelda-style, cel-shaded look. Burnsy said it reminded him of 13 back on the GameCube. See, this guy annoyed me. I mean, you're hitting him, and what, piece by piece you're breaking off his armour before he collapses. Just looked a little bit, you know, weak, just a bit pointless. Oh man, it took this guy ages to figure out how to open the door. No, don't shoot it, we're not shooting hinges. Look, swipe, that's it, he's done it once. And he does it twice. Now you think, you know, the third time would do it. Can he do it the third time? No. Believe me, he stood there flapping around for about another 10-15 seconds yet. Swipe, fool, swipe. You've done it twice. Just do it once more. Here we go. Swipe. Hooray! He got in. The door opens and we go looking for some action. Now there's a bunch of guys here, and I think at this point it could be quite good. You got multiple enemies trying to attack you, but then the gameplay just seems to break down to just one guy approaching you at a time. Haha, I shall jump to the front and get in your way. And then the other guys just linger. Look, now they might be shooting you or whatever, but it seems to be more melee based at the moment. Look, and you just got one guy. See, why aren't they ganging up on you? It just looked a bit ropey to me and just seemed rather dry. I mean, okay, the player here is backing off, so you know it's inevitable that he'll look for a safe spot. But again, that guy that was pressing an attack there, he's backed off, and all right, the player's got around the back of them. But why do they feel like they have to take it in turns to approach you? So I wasn't that impressed with this. Now maybe I'm being too critical, being too harsh, but